I'm back, came back from a distance. Long journey, but came back in an instant. Crash landed in the grass, thought I passed out. Song still playing, call me, that's a classic now. Origin story, I'm born for glory. Sci-fi type, no religion for me. I gotta figure out where the hell I've been this morning. Ain't no time done passed it. So crazy, but I just laugh. Time traveling, don't need no gas. Slow is smooth, but smooth is fast. Back from the future to unpack my bag. Eat up in my glory like a king. Kick some rhyme for the patient like an IV bag. Lost on the road like I can't read a map. Believe it's back. A little bit of people would even believe in that. Seeking for the truth like what Jesus said. But Jesus is us. I'm living in the past like remembering stuff. Flashbacks like when they call back up. It's my deja vu. Living in my moments I already been through. You wouldn't believe it if I came and told you. Just look at the people I told it to. All I gotta say is the green box. When I had dreadlocks, spiced up my life like eating red hots. Different dimension for a pit stop. Then I came back in the same spot. Like, what's up, doc? iPod still playing. I can still remember me saying,
if you do this, you gon' pass out. You gon' find it when the grass out.
I took a leap of faith on a cash cow. Damn, jumped over the moon. I told you catch me on your planet cause you know I'm coming real soon. Before I show you the world or SOS, this was a new soul project. I've been to the future so I know what's next. And then I came back like bounce checks. All of this from a held breath. Chakras open, minded set. Plan in hand with a tailored bulletproof vest. Change the future from the past, that's why I was sent. Now I'm going back to the future with a new mindset. New context, new timeline, Mandela effect. Mandela effect.
So, you know, this right here is
You have it listen, you type it in.
Basketball is all about.
I got the world right in my hands and I'm ready to shoot the ball. So game on, game on. I got this money in my hands on Friday.
Wade takes that's his former teammate. Gamesmanship here by Dwayne Wade.
Tell it to the game, 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 tell it to the game. I got the ball right in my hands and I'm ready to ball. So game on, reality. My hands on a Friday night.
I got money.
World in my reviews, I'm out of sight. No more stars. Carry the world like you are. Like you are. Tell it to the game, so it's time to get my game on. Johnny Storm hot, all I got is scream is flame on. So I am fantastic. Stacks flip, call it acrobatics. I never go broke, all that them bricks is nasty. Got my cash stretching like elastic. Money gotta have it, I'm a brown paper bag. Throw it in the wall, the basement or the attic. I don't stand on the block, man, I drop across the attic.
It's gonna be tough, man. Every night we're gonna have to do it all.
The world is in my hand, and I'm not gon' pass it. All I know is go hard until they put me in a casket. Got the open lane, now I'm headed to the basket. And talking on you bitches like my name is Wayne Grace. I ball with the Heat and GFG and LeBron James. I get lame in my tailor-made suit. Man, I'm burning up the roof out of my suit and fire because I always get the truth. Real life from the start to the finish. Fix the equal with the fire, that's the way you can't stick it. Hey, cause I am in the game, LB, that is my name. I'm a beast with the same. Welcome to the house of fame. to the gang, tell it 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 to the game like a well-made suit. I got the world right in my hands and I'm ready to shoot the ball. So game on.
This one goes out to all the aspiring artists out there. The ones who make music in their mama closet, in the basement, even in the professional studio, but you won't hear your tracks everywhere. Just waiting to get on. Just listen. Learn something.
Yo, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, let me get it. I'm winning this game, home run, hit independent. Did it all independent, dropping tracks from a distance on your head now. Bet I make your head nod, waited for a while, now I'm like, hold up, wait a second. All of the mistakes that I made were just lessons. So now I can preach and reach all of my brethren who wanna make an investment into your music. You're stepping into something that you better pay attention to. Gang, 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 you can say it and it sound real cool, but when you in the industry, how many units can you move? They'll put you on the shelf collecting dust until you pay your dues. So hold up, wait, just give me a second before you cut this off, cause I ain't rapping about weapons on my chain drip. We've been in chains since the slave ship, so all we talk about is how many whips you can get. All that I'm saying is, young brother, just sit and listen a bit. This is artist development. If you brush me off, you'll be where I've been, making songs about a big body Benz that you ain't never had. You better off making songs that'll make your mama glad. Instead, she talking about cut it out. I don't wanna hear it at all. But when you hear your music from your heart, that problem solved. Hold up, wait just a minute. How could I tell you all of this if I ain't did it? I give you all of this prophecy, giving you all prediction that it's hard to get fame, even harder once you get it. We often fantasize, but could we handle what's envisioned? I just say define success for you and go the distance. Hold up, wait, pause, are you serious? I really don't want to be famous, not even curious. I'm just doing this now cause my knowledge need to be dropped. And what better way for you to learn by hearing a beat drop?
All my young people, don't get fooled by the trickery.
Don't get fooled by the lies.
Don't get fooled by the lies.
Do it from your heart, do it for you. I ain't making no statement, I'm just telling you.
And they shall come.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy, his name don't even matter. The matter of the fact is that he wanna be a rapper. Started singing every song he heard like he made them. He really didn't know that this was perfect training. He started thinking about what he gonna do when he made it. He had big dreams with no plans, no guidance supporting him. Nobody knew where he was about to go, cause they ain't never been there. This is big business, your mama not here. You still wanna be a rapper? Okay, then come here. I'll teach you what you need to know, but hold up, wait, you better know that everybody don't care about you. Don't take it personal, just stay under my wing and we gon' fly right off the pedestal. This kid got potential, this kid spit flame. That's what they be saying when they hear Lil Dan, but Big Dan F man is like, hold up, wait a second, I'm giving them something that I didn't get when I did it. That's a realistic picture of success defined. You might have to wait a minute just for you to show up right on time. This story is for you and I hope that you find it. Rewind it, dissect every line, find the silver lining. I want you to hold up, wait a second, plan it out. Perseverance keep you consistent, and yes, you'll find this out. Hold up, wait, think about it. You just need what you got, so you already done found it. You resonate in a way that is really so astounding. So if you wanna make it, just figure out where you making it to. Support yourself and know who's there to help, and don't get it confused. Take your time to think, cause it can decide if you win or you lose. The song for everybody making music that we gon' consume. All I'm gonna do is tell you to put your heart in. This song is the starter package to start in. Huh? Enough said.
I'm still making heart music.
Welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. I did that.
Enough said.
It's good to see y'all in here again on another Healthy Mental Thursday. Now look, if you was wondering why I started a show like that and why I did it that way, we don't want to see MacBook. It's because that's
how I keep my mental healthy nowadays. Stress relief, just a little stress relief. Singing of the songs, they get my stomach, me to breathe in. You know, you gotta do from diaphragm. And I get to move in my body, and my mind is working, you know, to recite the words and, you know, maybe come up with new stuff, like when you see me freestyle on my stress relief. That's how I keep my mental healthy. You see what I'm saying? So find you something maybe like that, or whatever you do that is just, it's not for me, it's like driving, right? And when you on the highway, clear, ain't no cars, you put on that cruise control, you wake, you ain't sleep, but you just focus, and you not really steering the car, you not pushing the pedals, you just right there coasting, and you ain't got to do no work, but you still getting there. That's how it feels for me when I'm rapping, freestyling, singing. I'm just on cruise control, and it's like, ooh, yeah, we gonna go over here, I said, and then I gotta wrap it off my head. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, that's how I get my little stress off of me. So, without further ado, we gonna go ahead and get y'all motivation in here for the day. Motivation for the week. Let's do it for the week on Thursday, today. And then we'll go from there, and I'll let y'all know what the topic is, and blah, 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 da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this will be healthy for us. I don't know. All right, y'all, listen up.
Hey there. Before we dive in, if you're ready to transform your life, hit that subscribe button and join our community of growth and motivation.
Yeah, we can grow.
Now let me tell you something right now.
Hold up.
The difference between where you are and where you want to be is all about mindset.
Let's work.
The 1% mindset. It's the way you see the world. It's the way you face challenges. It's the way you think when times are tough. That's what makes the 1% different from the rest. It's not the money in the bank. It's not the connections they have. It's the choices they make every single day. Let me be real with you. We all get 24 hours in a day. Just like Bill Gates, just like Elon Musk, just like that person you look up to. What are you doing with your 24 hours? You see, the 1% don't waste their time. They don't let distractions pull them away from their goals. They don't spend hours scrolling through social media. They don't get lost in pointless gossip. They know what they want, and they are willing to put in the work every single day. You know, most people think that success is about talent or luck. They think that the 1% were born with something special, something that others just don't have. But let me tell you the truth. It's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's not about being the most talented. It's about consistency. The 1% mindset is about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work when nobody is watching, when nobody is applauding, when nobody even believes in you. It's easy to put in the work when things are going well, when life is smooth. But can you keep pushing when the obstacles come, when the setbacks hit, when you feel like everything is against you? The 1% understand one simple thing. Growth happens outside of comfort. They understand that if you want something you've never had, you have to be willing to do something you've never done. Most people want the reward, but they don't want the struggle. They want the success, but they don't want the sacrifice. But the 1%, they embrace the struggle. They know that the challenges they face today are the training ground for the strength they'll need tomorrow. They are willing to invest in themselves, in their education, in their health, in their mindset, because they know the return on that investment is a life that most people only dream of. The 1% mindset is not just about financial success. It's about being the best version of yourself in every aspect of your life. It's about being the best parent, the best partner, the best leader. It's about living a life that's true to your values, a life that inspires others, a life that leaves a legacy. The 1% don't settle for mediocrity. They don't settle for good enough. They strive for greatness, not because they want the recognition, but because they know they are capable of more, and they refuse to waste their potential. You've got to understand this. There's no magic formula. There's no secret to success that only the 1% know. The truth is, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's about discipline.
Y'all get over here,
It's about
man.
resilience.
Doing this live
It's
right
about
now.
getting up
Expansion
one
pack
more
going
time
on
than you
right
fall.
now, baby. What up?
It's about making sacrifices today so you can enjoy the rewards tomorrow. Most people quit when things get hard. Most people settle when they face resistance. But the 1%, they push through. They keep going.
Exactly.
You. Just you. Building
You know
your
what?
app.
He said that last line for us. We push through. We keep going. I'm gonna play it for a
On
minute.
base 44.
Let's work.
They find a way. Let me share a story with you. Imagine a bamboo tree.
Yes, sir.
When you plant a bamboo tree, you have to water it and nurture it every single day. For years, you see nothing. No growth, no sign that anything is happening. You keep watering, you keep nurturing, and still nothing. But you keep going. And then, one day, the bamboo tree shoots up, sometimes growing as much as 90 feet in just a few weeks. All that time, the bamboo was growing roots, building a foundation, preparing for that moment of explosive growth. And that's how it is with the 1% mindset. You put in the work, you keep going, even when you don't see the results right away. Because you know that eventually, you will break through.
Yes.
You've got to train your mind to see opportunities
that's
where
what we're
others
doing
see
here.
obstacles. You've got to believe in yourself when nobody else does. You've got to be willing to put in the work, day in and day out, even when it feels like you're not making progress. Because the truth is, every small step you take, every small decision you make, is bringing you closer to your goals. It's not about massive leaps. It's about those tiny, consistent actions that compound over time. The 1% know that greatness is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every day. It's about habits. It's about routines. It's about the little things that add up to something extraordinary. You see, success is not a single event. It's a process. It's not about one big moment. It's about all the small moments that lead up to it. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when you want to quit, because that's what separates the 1% from the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to make a choice. Are you going to be part of the 99%, or are you going to step up and become part of the 1%? Are you going to let excuses hold you back, or are you going to take responsibility for your life and go after what you want? The 1% mindset is about ownership. It's about understanding that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. You are responsible for your own success. You are responsible for your own happiness. And you have everything you need within you to make it happen. Most people live their lives waiting for the perfect moment. They wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right person to come along and make everything better. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is no right time. There is only now. The 1% understand this. They don't wait for life to happen to them. They make life happen. They take action. They create opportunities. They make decisions, and they move forward. They understand that the only way to achieve their goals is to take action, to keep moving, to keep striving, no matter what. So I challenge you today. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the right opportunity, for someone to give you permission, for someone to believe in you. The 1% don't wait. They create. They take action. They bet on themselves. They take risks. They make sacrifices, and they keep moving forward no matter what. Because they know that at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is whether or not they gave it their all. And here's something else you need to know. Failure is part of the journey. The 1% fail more than anyone else because they're willing to try more than anyone else.
Exactly.
They don't see failure as the end. They see it as a lesson, as an opportunity to grow, as a stepping stone on the path to success. They understand that every failure brings them one step closer to success. They embrace failure, they learn from it, and they use it to get better. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to become part of the 1%. But it starts with your mindset. It starts with the choices you make every single day. It starts with deciding that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of greatness, and that you will do whatever it takes to get there. Let me ask you this. What do you really want? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of impact do you want to make? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? The 1% have a clear vision of what they want. They know what they're working towards. They have goals, they have dreams, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to make them a reality. They don't let fear hold them back. They don't let doubt stop them. They don't let obstacles stand in their way. They have a vision, and they go after it with everything they've got. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stop settling. It's time to step up. It's time to embrace the 1% mindset and start living the life you know you are capable of. The journey won't be easy, but I promise you this, it will be worth it. So get up, take action, and never, ever give up. The 1% mindset is within your reach. The only question is, are you willing to go after it?
Let's go. All right, so y'all know usually I don't let the whole video play, but that one, I think we needed to hear that today. So as we proceed forward, let me let y'all know what we talking about today. So we looking at those inside connections. Of course, it's Healthy Mental Thursday, and I'm trying to keep my whole little professional voice on right now. But, you know, when you talking about the inside connection, whether it be you talking about subconscious, you talk about some sort of inner thoughts or experiences, it's personal. You don't want to be talking with somebody that's like, well, tell me more, and well, when did your parents do that? You want a little bit more of a comfortable personal feel when it come down to that, you know? And so we are gonna touch the outside edges of it, and so that you can feel around the inside edges of it. And what I mean is, it's you. You're gonna explore yourself. We're just gonna see what it is that may be there in all of us to explore. So let's go. The inside connection. I need an intro video that'd be like, when I be like, all right, so let's go. Expansion pack. Anyway, thank y'all for letting me do that. All right, so why do I want to ask this question to YouTube? We have a subconscious. I don't want to know what it is or what y'all saying it is. I want to know why we even got it. Let's look at it. Let's look at that. All right. First of all, I like seeing my man's.
If a person would sit down and let their body relax, totally relax, and then start to visualize in their mind, see themselves the way they want to see themselves. Now understand that that's a picture in your mind, and then take that picture and describe it, write it out in the present tense. I am so happy now that I see myself, and write it out. Start to read it and read it and read it every day. Carry it around and keep reading it. The one point that all the great teachers all down through history have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it, we become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first. It might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it. And when William James said, believe and your belief will create the fact, you will see the person's personality change. If a person would...
Yeah, we needed that right there. Because, to be honest with you, that's where it's kind of where we thinking, taking this thing. On Tech Tuesday, we looked at just what do we do on Tech Tuesday? I know what we were talking about, just the way that the world is made up, and what it led us to talking about is quantum, the quantum science of things. And basically, in the quantum realm, or the smallest piece of our reality is determined by you. Like, you have some say in it, so to speak. Like, the experiments aren't the same without the observer. If a tree fell in the forest and nobody was around to hear it, Would it make a sound? Which came first, chicken or the egg, and so on and so forth. Those things really matter now more than ever because we're sitting right here at the forefront of being able to, a buffet full of things we can do within our reality. It ain't no, if you was back in 19, 18, 17, 16, whatever, you wasn't calling nobody. You was not picking this thing up and calling nobody. According to history and legend, you was not calling nobody. So how are you communicating? That one thing alone, when you fast forward, puts us ahead of the game as far as being able to do more, is what I'm looking at. So we are at the forefront of a buffet of things that we can do in our reality to where there's no limit. So now we're starting to question, what is this reality itself? And so I want to look at this. Let's look at the facts. Let's see these facts real quick. We might have watched this already. I don't want to look at what it is. I want to say, why do we even have it? Why I ain't got full control. Am I just a child where I couldn't handle it? You telling me I forget to breathe or something? Hey, you know you ain't breathing in 3 days. Because I'm in control of the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind down there breathing, thinking, walking, talking, lifting, doing all that stuff. I'm just surface level. So I just want to explore and see what it is, and not what it is, but why do we have it? What is the separation really doing?
Conscious mind.
Let's look at some facts.
Brainitos presents 8 fascinating facts about the subconscious mind. Have you ever wondered about the workings of your mind beyond your conscious awareness? The subconscious mind is a complex aspect of our psyche that has fascinated scientists and psychologists for decades. It is a vast and powerful reservoir of information, ideas, and memories that can influence our lives in profound ways. In this video, we delve into some of the most fascinating facts about the subconscious mind, from its ability to influence behavior to its role in creativity and intuition, and its impact on the decision-making process. By gaining a deeper understanding of the incredible power of the subconscious mind, you can unlock new levels of self-awareness, personal growth, and success. Let's begin. Number 1, it's pretty much the boss of your brain. Your subconscious mind is always working in the background. It controls many of your essential bodily functions, such as breathing, heartbeat, and digestion, without
I be on point with my analysis. Breathing. Hey.
even realizing it.
You got it. You said. Y'all imagine for a second, this is your subconscious. If you get control of it and you got to do everything that it do, you know what I'm saying? You said you had it. You ain't breathed yet. Why you ain't breathing? Now you eating while you drink. What? Subconscious be on you. Be like, you thought you could handle it. You ain't breathed yet.
Heartbeat and digestion. Your subconscious mind is always working in the background. It controls many of your essential bodily functions, such as breathing, heartbeat, and digestion, without you even realizing it. It's also in charge of about 95% of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This means that most of your emotions, behaviors, and the decisions you make are influenced by that 95% of brain activity that's beyond your conscious awareness. This can be both empowering and overwhelming to think about. On the one hand, it means you can change your thoughts and behaviors by accessing and working with your subconscious mind. On the other hand, it also means that you may be subconsciously sabotaging yourself if you're unaware of the underlying beliefs and patterns driving your behavior. Number 2, it records everything. It is a common misconception that when we forget something, such as a name, face, or number, it is permanently lost from our brain.
No.
Actually, the subconscious mind can retain that information and be able to recall it later.
You just gotta figure out the way to access it.
Dreams, where the subconscious uses stored information as symbols or metaphors to represent something else. And yes, the faces you see in your dreams are from real life too. Another powerful way to tap into the subconscious is through hypnosis, a technique where a trained professional guides an individual into a trance-like state in which they can remember forgotten information. Number 3, it is highly suggestible. That's right, your subconscious mind is easily influenced by external factors, meaning it is open to receiving suggestions and ideas that can shape your beliefs and actions. Things like images and messages you're exposed to, and even the people you surround yourself with, can shape your thoughts and behaviors without you even realizing it. This suggestibility can be both positive and negative, as it can lead to positive changes in your life, but it can also make you more vulnerable to negative influences, such as advertising and peer pressure. Number 4, it is present-based. The subconscious mind doesn't have a perception of time. Unlike the conscious mind, which is always thinking about the past or worrying about the future, the subconscious is always in the now. It is constantly processing information from your senses and making split-second decisions based on that information to create a model of the world around you. That's why sometimes you can feel like you're reliving a moment from the past or experiencing something that hasn't happened yet. Number 5, it takes everything literally.
Literally, right.
The subconscious mind does not have the ability to interpret or analyze information in the same way the conscious mind does. Instead, it simply accepts whatever information it receives.
Your conscious mind be like, no, not that one. This one.
As true and acts accordingly. For instance, when you watch a scary movie, your subconscious mind perceives the danger and triggers a fight or flight response, causing you to feel anxious, scared, and even physically reactive. Even though you know that what you're seeing on the screen is not real, your subconscious mind reacts as if it is. Number 6, it watches for repetition and consistency. When you repeatedly encounter similar situations or patterns, your subconscious mind takes note and starts to form associations and beliefs based on these experiences. Suppose you have a negative experience with public speaking. In that case, your subconscious mind may associate speaking in front of others with fear and anxiety. Over time, this association becomes stronger and can lead to a deep-seated fear of public speaking that is difficult to overcome.
Right.
This is why habits in general can be so
look at my
difficult
girl
to
smoking
break.
the hell.
Your subconscious mind has become accustomed to the repetition and consistency of the behavior. Number 7, it can have a significant impact on physical health. Research has shown that the mind-body connection is real, and that your thoughts and beliefs can influence your physical well-being. The placebo effect is a well-known phenomenon in which a person's belief in a treatment can actually improve their symptoms. This is because the subconscious mind can influence the body's natural healing processes, releasing hormones and other chemicals that can promote healing and reduce pain. Similarly, negative beliefs and emotions can have a detrimental effect on one's health, leading to chronic stress, inflammation, and other health problems. Number 8, it's the wellspring of creativity and intuition. The subconscious mind also plays a significant role in intuition and creativity. It's where we get our gut feelings and flashes of insight that can guide us toward innovative solutions and creative breakthroughs. These intuitive insights often come to you without any conscious effort on your part and seem to emerge out of nowhere. However, they are actually the result of the subconscious mind processing information and making connections between seemingly unrelated things.
And then it's
pretty wild to consider just how much control our subconscious mind
y'all better be
has
down
over
there
our
working,
daily
that's what I'm
lives,
gonna say.
and how little we're aware of it. By learning more about it and how it operates, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We can use this knowledge to make positive changes in our lives, tap into our creativity and intuition, and achieve greater success and fulfillment. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share with your friends so we can keep making them.
Definitely,
For more videos like this, hit the subscribe.
I got you. I'm gonna hit the subscribe button. Won't save it like you asked me to, you know. Go into knowledge of expansion pack. All right. And so that right there is the facts. So now we got the facts, right? And the reason why we looking at that is because when you are searching for what all of this is, like let's say you are a 10-year-old and you like, hey mommy, what is this? Or daddy, what is that? And they don't really give you a clear answer, and you go in and you doing some searching for yourself. Things like this, knowing just these little bit of facts and pieces of information can point you in the right direction for what you're looking for, the answer that you need, not that the answer that you just want, but the answer that you need in any situation. Whether it be, why do I think like this, or why do I feel like this? You can start to explore that better when you got those little bit of facts right there. All right, so let's move forward. Now, we talking about the inside connection right now, Healthy Mental Thursday. What I mean to reiterate is there is that which you see. And then there is that which you don't see. And it is all me. What I'm saying to you is that inside connection that I have with myself remains with myself. I could share pieces of it. I could talk about it, but it's still eternally and natively connected to me. And you have it as well. And so we're just exploring that a little bit more. Now, I'm going to take it down to the realm of food real quick, because I want to see what foods are great at keeping, not just what foods are great at keeping our body healthy, but what foods kind of give us that nurture that connection, but that brain, body, or mental, spirit, whatever you want to call it, that connection between what we see and what we don't see of ourselves. All right, so healthy eating for healthy brain. I spelled healthy wrong. Only once, though. I spelled it right the first time. Let's see it short real quick.
Top 7 foods for the brain: avocado, broccoli, turmeric, eggs,
right to it.
Blueberries, spinach, salmon. Like and follow for more fun food.
Them my people.
Top 7 foods for
I'm gonna go get me a boiled egg right now and put it down on it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I like that. That was clean cut. You know what I'm saying? Clean cut. All right, let's go a little bit deeper though. Let's put the filter on there. Give somebody else a chance to speak. 12 minutes. We don't want to see 15. Hold on, wait. These the videos. These videos from the ad, but we don't want to see you because you're too long. Ooh, y'all might need this. There you go.
This is your brain when you're struggling with
nutritionfacts.org. They look like they got the
when you're in the zone. But getting in the zone and staying there, that feels more like luck than something you can control. So that's why we made Brain FM. It's like a do not disturb setting for your mind, and it gets you focused in just 5 minutes. Using science and sound, Brain FM guides your brainwaves into an optimal state for productivity called neural phase locking, which lets different parts of your brain work together more easily. Compared to average music, Brain FM actually increases and sustains your focus over time, letting you stay in the zone for as long as you want. You can also use Brain FM for relaxation, meditation, and even sleep. But don't take our word for it. Join millions of others and try it yourself for free, and see what you get done with Brain FM.
They got me? Hey, they just got me. I'm about to download that on the thing right now. I don't even remember what we was talking about.
There's an extensive scientific literature describing the positive impact of dietary plant compounds on overall health and longevity. However, it's only now becoming clear that the consumption of diets rich in plant foods can influence neuroinflammation, brain inflammation, leading to the expression of cytoprotective, cell-protective, and restorative proteins. Just over the last decade, remarkable progress has been made to realize that oxidative stress and chronic low-grade inflammation are major risk factors underlying brain aging. So no wonder antioxidant and anti-inflammatory foods may help. The brain is especially vulnerable to
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna run it back just a little bit, just in case y'all like some of the times when we watch these videos, I know they say a lot of interesting stuff, but they also use a lot of big words and they talk really fast. What he's saying is, well, the knowledge that I have is that inflammation is our worst. Oh, it's on the screen. Okay. Inflammation is our worst enemy when it comes to healing, when it comes to aging, all of the above. That boy ain't even take this paper back. He did the homework, he ain't even take it. And so what you want to do is you want to have some sort of anti-inflammatory agent working for you. You want to, whether it be through your diet or through the pills that are prescribed to you. Those things are majorly working as anti-inflammatory, which means what's happened with, just say, let's say the word inflamed. If something inflamed, you don't want it to be inflamed. You got to do anti-inflammatory. So that's all he was saying. You want to get it's inflamed, so it's you want to get, or you want to at least be able to control that. And it's a major risk factor. Those micro or the small amounts of it over time. All right, let's go.
There's underlying brain aging.
Let's go.
Just over the last decade, remarkable progress has been made to realize that oxidative stress and chronic low-grade inflammation are major risk factors underlying brain aging. So no wonder antioxidant and anti-inflammatory foods may help. The brain is especially vulnerable to free radical attack oxidative stress due to its high fat content and its cauldron of high metabolic activity. You don't want your brains to go rancid. So you'd think one of the major fat-soluble dietary antioxidants like beta-carotene would step in. But the major carotenoid concentrated in the brain is actually lutein. The brain just preferentially sucks it up. For example, if you look at the oldest old, like in the Georgia centenarian study, recognizing that oxidation is involved in age-related cognitive decline, they figured dietary antioxidants may play a role in its prevention or delay. So they looked at 8 different ones, vitamin A, vitamin E, on down the list, and only lutein was significantly related to better cognition. Now in this study they looked at brain tissue on autopsy. By then it's a little too late.
Too late, right.
So how could you study the effects of diet on the brain while you're still alive? I mean, if only there was a way we could physically look into the living brain with our own 2 eyes. There is, with our own 2 eyes. The retina. The back of our eyeball is actually an extension of our central nervous system, an outpouching of the brain during development. And right in the middle, there's a spot. This is what the doctor sees when they look into your eye with a bright light.
So your eyes are just outpouching of the brain as it develops, which means the brain is developing, and it gives birth, so to speak, to 2 other things for it to sense and feel around, called eyes, or optic, whatever you call them.
Called the macula.
That's pretty cool to know.
During development.
Okay,
with our own 2 eyes. The retina. The back of our eyeball is actually an extension of our central nervous system, an outpouching of the brain during development. And right in the middle, there's a spot. This is what the doctor sees when they look into your eye with that bright light. That spot, called the macula, is our HD camera, where you get the highest resolution vision, and it's packed with lutein. And indeed, levels in the retina correspond to levels in the rest of your brain. So your eyes can be a window into your brain.
Your brain.
So now we can finally do studies on live people to see if diet can affect lutein levels in the eyes, which reflects lutein levels in the brain, and see if that correlates with improvements in cognitive function.
Right, cognitive function.
And indeed, significant correlations exist between the amount of macular pigment, these plant pigments like lutein, in your eye, and cognitive test scores. You can demonstrate this on functional MRI scans, suggesting lutein and a related plant pigment called zeaxanthin promote cognitive functioning in old age by enhancing neural efficiency, the efficiency
right.
by which our nerves
Can communicate, right.
Like, check out this cool study on white matter integrity using something called diffusion tensor imaging, which provides unique insights into brain network connectivity, allowing you to follow the nerve tracks throughout the brain. And researchers were able to show enhanced circuit integrity based on how much lutein
you got.
They could see in people's eyes. Further evidence of a meaningful relationship between diet and integrity of our brains, particularly in regions vulnerable to age-related decline. So do Alzheimer's patients have less of this macular pigment?
Maybe.
Significantly less lutein in their eyes, significantly less lutein in their blood, and a higher occurrence of macular degeneration where this pigment layer gets destroyed. The thickness of this plant pigment layer in your eyes can be measured and may be a potential marker for the beginnings of Alzheimer's. Let's not wait that long, though. We know macular pigment density is related to cognitive function,
people. Right.
What
so why
about
not just
during middle age? One apparent consequence of aging appears to be loss of some aspects of cognitive control, which starts out early, in mid-adulthood, but not in everybody, suggesting maybe something like diet could be driving some of the differences. Here's a measure of cognitive control showing younger, on average, do better than older adults. But older adults who have high macular pigment, lots of lutein in the back of their eyes, do significantly better. These results suggest that the protective role of carotenoids like lutein within the brain may be evident during early and middle adulthood, decades prior to the onset of more apparent cognitive decline later in life. You can take 20-year-olds and show superior auditory function in those with more macular pigment in their eyes.
What? They can hear
Look,
better?
The auditory system, our hearing, like the rest of our central nervous system, is ultimately constructed and maintained by diet, and is therefore not surprisingly sensitive to dietary intake throughout life, all the way back to childhood. Higher macular pigment is associated with higher academic achievement among school children. You can look into a kid's eyes and get some sense of how well they may do in subjects like math and writing. This finding is important because macular lutein is modifiable
and can be manipulated by dietary intake. Okay, so where is lutein found? Right, that's what you've been talking this whole time. Please tell me.
The avocado and egg industries like to boast about how much...
I just said I'm about to go get me a boiled egg right now. I had 2 of them yesterday.
Macular pigments they have in their products, but the real superstars are dark green leafy vegetables. A half a cup of kale has 50 times more than an egg. A spinach salad or a 50-egg omelet. And the earlier, the better. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should definitely be checking out
green
their daily dozen green servings. But it's also apparently never too late.
That's the best episode of Expansion Pack ever.
Decline is to be expected. These effects may be less pronounced among those eating more green and leafy. But you don't know for sure until you put it to the test.
Right.
Which we'll explore next.
Yo. So right now, if you out there, or if I see you today and you tell me this was a good episode, well, you watched the episode, I'm going to need the keyword of the episode. The keyword of the episode is lutein. Lutein. We need lutein. Green leafy vegetables contain a lot of lutein. I'm going to go, I know what we eating for dinner tonight. We're going to eat some chicken and a salad. That sounds good, right? Chicken and a salad. I'm gonna go get the little salad mix and some spinach or whatever, or I will have it gotten. If you're listening, get this, and we get some chicken and some hard-boiled eggs and put them in there. That was good. Let's keep on working this down right now. Hold on. And we did sub them too, so I'm gonna go back. Let's look at lutein. I did not know this. See, with Healthy Mental Thursday, we don't always just sit around and chant or meditate or listen to quotes. We actually do that groundwork, do that leg work to keep our physical, mental side good and our non-physical mental side good. So this is tending to the physical, mental side. So let's see.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor?
I know I'm not getting enough lutein.
Here's how it
because
works.
I ain't eating no green vegetables. Really.
So are you getting enough lutein? Probably
I
not.
can
And
eat
this
a
because of one,
salad all
published
day long.
science and
Matter of
statistics, and two,
I'm ordering.
MPOD testing. MPOD testing is a common eye test we have here in the eye clinic and helps us measure what is called macular pigment optical density, or MPOD. And I can tell you that indeed most people do end up failing this part of the eye test. And unfortunately, if you do score poorly on it, it means that your precious eyes could be at high risk of age-related health problems and decreased visual performance. But you may be wondering, what does this MPOD test have to do with how much lutein I'm getting? So in today's video, I'm going to break down how lutein can improve your scores on an MPOD test and what this means for your eye health. Now, this may be the first time that you've ever heard of lutein or this MPOD testing, but in reality, both eye doctors and researchers have known about the benefits of lutein for the eyes for a long time now. And that's why this video I've partnered with OmniActive Health Technologies in their consumer awareness campaign called Lutein for Every Age, to help really highlight the benefits of lutein for health, especially when it pertains to the eyes. Okay, so what does lutein do inside of the eye? Well, this lutein, along with this other carotenoid pigment called zeaxanthin, when digested, these travel to the eye and deposit in an area of the eye called the macula. And I like to refer to the macula as sort of the bullseye in back of the eye, because this is the area that gives you your most precise vision, your ability to read, recognize faces, and see colors. And this lutein, along with these two forms of zeaxanthin, there's an isomer called the RR zeaxanthin and another one called RS or mesozeaxanthin. These are found in extremely high quantities in this area of the eye. In fact, it's really cool that in Mother Nature there's over 600 different carotenoid pigments, and only these few are found specifically in the eye, and at a concentration over 1,000 times greater than what's found just in your bloodstream. And this is huge for eye health because these pigments essentially work as Mother Nature's own natural filter against high energy light. And considering that lutein is sort of this yellow-orange color, they are especially effective at filtering and protecting against blue light. And not only do they help filter harsh light from affecting the eye, but it also plays a major role in reducing oxidative stress, which is a huge player when it comes to aging of the eye, including that of cataract formation.
Exactly.
In fact, lutein is the only carotenoid pigment that's been found to reduce the risk of cataracts. Okay, so now that we know what this lutein does inside of the eye, where does this MPOD test come in? Again, MPOD stands for macular pigment optical density, and it's basically a test that we perform to help measure the density of this lutein and these different isomers of zeaxanthin depositing inside the macula of the eye. And thankfully is a test that's widely available, so don't be afraid to ask your local eye doctor if they have MPOD available at your next eye exam. Okay, so what happens if you get a bad score on the MPOD test? Let's say you came into the clinic, we ran this test on you, and like many people, your scores were pretty low. Well, unfortunately, lower MPOD scores are associated with a poorer health status of the retina in the back of the eye, and are frequently seen in people who go on to develop age-related macular degeneration. Whereas people with higher MPOD scores are often associated with having higher visual function, including correlations with improved contrast sensitivity, decreased glare disability, as well as decreased problems with photostress recovery. So here in the eye clinic, if you did score low on an MPOD test, usually your doctor will first talk about eating more lutein-rich foods, and secondly, they're probably going to recommend taking a lutein supplement, because research has shown that we can increase this macular pigment density just by taking supplementation. Unfortunately,
I'm going to eat through the food.
While eating more lutein-rich foods is often recommended, we know this often does not result in significant MPOD changes. As a 2021 research meta-analysis did show that through dietary changes alone, we only saw up to about a 5 milligram change in serum lutein. So while I personally still do advocate for people to eat more lutein-rich foods, we know that it just doesn't result in significant MPOD changes, if at all. Now again, despite this information, I personally do recommend people focus on eating whole, healthy, lutein-rich foods first. And that's because we know these types of foods have other health benefits for the body, but also most people don't even get the minimum recommended amounts of vegetables in their diets to begin with. But it is pretty clear that in the research, supplementation with lutein does result in better MPOD scores and improvements in eye benefits, with studies showing about a 30% increase in MPOD scores after taking about 10 to 20 milligrams of lutein over the course of 3 to 6 months. All right, so after learning
I would have got this yesterday.
What if you want to improve your MPOD scores? How do you do that? Well, to learn more, I suggest checking out my previous video where we went over not just how lutein affects vision specifically, but we also went over diet and how to find a good supplement. And I'll suggest checking that out. I'll put a link over here to the side.
It costs a bit.
Otherwise, I do want to say thank you
I'm gonna have to go. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's two things that fascinate me, that are fascinating me right now. I used to be a big, I guess not necessarily math. Well, I used to be a big math guy and chemistry guy. I kind of fizzled away from the chemistry and picked up more of the math, but my chemistry side is like kicking in, and my biology side is like going crazy. Like, yo, what is this? I wonder how this works. Because when I look at the way that I've grown myself over the amount of time that I've been living here on this planet, and that's a funny way to look at it, but you gotta look at it like that once you become an adult. I would have to say I haven't been doing great tending to myself. It has not been great. I'm lacking in knowledge, and I'm lacking in practice. I have plenty of experience with lots of different things. Hair greases, brushes, clothes, styles of clothes, styles of brushes, styles of products that help me clean and get prepared for the day. But I'm still lacking in a lot of the knowledge that I would need to help to grow myself into the person that I want to be, not just non-physically, but physically as well. Maybe I want to gain a few pounds, and some of these things that I'm studying now could help me do that. So like I said, looking at the person that I have grown myself to be up until now, just physically, not none of my personality or character traits or nothing like that, but just physically, I could say I've been lacking in knowledge, and I'm going to study more, and so I can do a better job with getting the results that I want. Knock out the fatigue, knock out the slim look, you know what I'm saying? All of these things, I'm working it, and to be honest with you, I like that. I like that for myself. It's not like something I can take a day off on. And I don't think you should either. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here for the day. And I'm going to let y'all go ahead and get to y'all day. This was a great episode. I learned a lot. I'm going to write some of this down. I really need to not forget. So I'm going to write down lutein, because that's my next supplement I know I got to get for my eyes. And every month from now on, every month, I'm going to just go pick this stuff up, because you got to get, okay, one belief I have is that you don't need to do everything forever. All right. But you need to get yourself to a base level. And then once you get to that base level, you can study the effects of where you came from and then how you feel now. And then you can analyze if you need to keep, or if you're going to be able to just, your body's going to be able to do it or produce it or whatever on its own. So that right there was very, very insightful. I hope that it helped you all too as well. I did not know none of that about the lutein. So with that, I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Let me get a little song queued up, something for us to leave up out of here on? Gotta be one of mine, of course, but which one of mine do I like? Oh, this one is good. All right, y'all. No. We gotta listen to this one. All right, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. And tomorrow, Fun Fact Friday. I appreciate everybody for dropping in. If you, of course, have an idea on what you want Fun Fact Friday to be about or any of our future shows, make sure you hit me up on the social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all of that. And most importantly, turn on them notifications. When I go live, I don't like sending out text messages. So I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow, Fun Fact Friday. Eventually, the commercials will go off, and I'll stop talking, and you'll see that nice little screen float through. But Fun Fact Friday tomorrow, and I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace. This is DGTA TV.
Yeah. Care about this the last take.
Hey, you know what to do. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. This is DGTA TV. Peace.
Feel like a roller coaster ride when I get butterflies, chopped and screwed. I can't believe it, the way you're giving it to me, girl. I need you, with you. Wished on a star and I swear that it came true. Rolling in the deep like I'm walking on the moon. Cause shouting you a 10, just gotta make it, baby. Win, win, win. Let me take you down. Your body, yaddy, yaddy, got me thinking out loud.
Last take.
Your body, yaddy, yaddy, got me thinking out loud.
We going on a fun ride, and we're gonna have fun times. It's only gonna be you and I, getting lit till the sunrise. Keep it real, let me whisper in your ear and tell you something that you wanna hear. Maybe, yeah, I took the barges into my life. Fell in love with that strip I was with, maybe. And I can't admit it, I was too drunk. And I said I regret it. You might just feel like you're surprised when you enter my ride. My eyes and my side, when you look in my eyes. My power is persuasion, baby. Let me see. Can right if you say broke, shawty. Let me be, let me tell